Hello everyone. In this video we are going to talk about the pipe operator. Now the pipe operator is used to write the R code that is easier to understand and to write. Okay. Now R is a functional programming language. So quite often when you write the R code you will end up in writing the nested function calls. And these nested function calls are very difficult to read and to understand. So in order to address this concern, tidyverse has a very handy R package called magrittr, which lets you transform these complex nested function calls into a pipeline of operations that is easier to understand and to write. Okay, so in this video we are going to see how we can able to write the pipeline of operation that makes your code more readable, easy to understand. So how the pipe operator looks like, this is how the pipe operator looks like. Percentage, less than percentage. The operators pipe their left hand side values forward into the expression that appear on the right hand side. So basically what it does is you have one object sitting on the left hand side of the pipe operator and you have any function on the right hand side of the pipe operator. So with the use of this pipe operator, it simply conveys or pipes the object on the left hand side into the function on the right hand side. So this becomes equivalent to fx. In the second example, the same object gets piped into a function fy. This function, remember, already has one argument. Once it pipes into the function, then this becomes equivalent to f of xy. Now the x is also become the second argument of the function. You can also write much more complicated structures with the help of pipe operator. Here you can see 3 operations are performed to arrive at the desired result. And they are written in the natural order. That means the flow is happening from the left hand side to the right hand side and in the same order as they are getting executed. Okay, now we are going to see the pipe operator, use of the pipe operator with the help of empty cast data set. And what we are going to do, we are going to perform these 3 tasks. First we are going to load the empty cast dataset, then we are going to group it by the number of cylinders, then we are going to summarize the group by mean of the miles per gallon variable, and finally we are going to display the result in the descending order of the number of cylinders. So these 3 tasks we are going to do, and I am going to show you the 3 options. The first 2 options will be without the pipe operator and the third option will be with the pipe operator, so that you can recognize the distinction in the code with the pipe operator and without the pipe operator. So let's start with the first option. I'm going to create the data frame called result, then I'm going to group the empty cast data set by cylinder, and I am going to then pass on the result of the previous step to summarize function, and with the help of summarize function I am going to create a new object called mean mpg to store the mean value of the mpg variable, and finally I am going to arrange the result into descending order of the number of cylinders. Okay, and finally I am going to print the result. So let me run this, and this is what the output that you get. But just have a look at this option 1, guys. First of all, you are overwriting the same data frame. How many times you have overwriting? 3 times. That is inefficient. Second, you are repeating the code. There is a lot of repetition that is happening here. And because of the result data frame getting used again and again, it becomes very hard to tell what's changing in each line of the code. So option 1 is very inefficient way of writing the code. Now in option 2, we are going to use the nesting the functions. So we are going to use the nested function. We are going to summarize the group by mean of miles per gallon variable. So I am going to start with summarize function here, then followed by a group by. What I want to group by cylinder. So I'm going to pass on empty cast data set. I'm going to group it by the cylinder, and then I'm going to find out the mean of MPG. Okay, so this becomes my summarize function, and I'm going to print out this result in descending order of number of cylinders. So finally I'm going to use this descending order function, and I'm going to pass on the cylinder as an argument to this. So let me complete the bracket here, and let me store the result into a result data frame. So I'm going to print it out. Hopefully it should work. Some issue here. Arrange or summarize. So yeah, looks fine. But did you check how complicated this has become? And it gets ugly fast as you start nesting more functions into each other. It is hard to debug, it's hard to interpret, hard to read, and things are very, very complicated. Okay, now you got the result, that's fine, but the code itself is extremely difficult to interpret and to read. Now finally coming to option number 3, in which we are going to use the pipe operator. And you can find out yourself how easy and convenient the code becomes once you use the pipe operator. We are going to start with the data frame result, and as we have seen that the pipe flows from the left to the right in the order of execution. So the order of execution says that first you load the data set. So we are going to load it, empty cast data set, pipe operator. Then the second order of execution is we are going to group it by the number of cylinders. Then third order of execution is we are going to summarize it by finding out the mean of MPG variable. And the final step of execution is we are going to display the result in descending order of the number of cylinders. Okay, and then let me print out this result. Yeah, we got the same result, but can you able to notice the difference? This is with using the pipe operator. It's so easy to understand, it's so easy to read, and if you want to add something, then it's also very easy to add the code in this by using the pipe operator. As against this, option 3, look at option number 2. So complicated, extremely difficult to understand. Option 1, so much of redundancy and so much of the repetition of the code. So with this small example, I hope that you would able to appreciate how the code becomes simple and easy to understand with the help of pipe operator. We are going to use the pipe operator quite often in almost all of the tidyverse packages, including the dplyr package. So from the next video, we are going to select one function of the dplyr package, and we are going to use that function along with the pipe operator on the real world dataset. So I will see you soon. Take care and goodbye.